this thing on. All right, let's do it. Hello everyone, and welcome to Rising with Dawn Dance Co. I am Erica Dawn, also known as Ari, whatever you like to call me, or Shorty. That's what a lot of my former teammates know me as, Shorty. Hey y'all. As most of you know, I'm a former NBA dance captain. I'm also a former collegiate dance team coach and choreographer for the University of Akron. Zips, go Zips. As we know, we are going through some crazy times right now. Yes, we are. And things are changing all around us. And who knows, this may be the future of the way things are going to operate going forward. I don't know. But for now, we're going to make it work. And I'm here to assist you in making sure that you still have the best audition that you possibly can have. Now, I've already been putting into work some things to prepare people for auditions as if they're going to be auditioning in person. So those tips are still going to be available to you, and they're coming to you very, very soon. So please stay tuned to that. But those tips, along with these tips that I'm going to give you today, which are my top 10 tips on how to film the best virtual pro cheer or dance audition possible. Yes, virtual. Right now we are in the midst of virtual auditions that are happening for NFL cheer auditions, and yeah, like I want to be able to help you out to make sure that you film it properly and you have everything that you need in order to make sure that you are submitting the best work that you possibly can. Okay, so as we know, a lot of teams have gone virtual with their auditions. There are some advantages to that. There are some disadvantages to that. One huge advantage is that you won't be in the room with a bunch of other beautiful girls and feel intimidated by the competition. That's not going to happen. So that's one advantage that you have. Another advantage that you have is that you can do multiple takes of your audition. But we're going to talk about that because a lot of teams do not want you to edit your video. They want you to dance straight through, just as if you would as if you were in person, which I do believe is fair. However, you still have the opportunity to take multiple takes of a full dance through. But we're going to talk about some things that you need to stay away from while doing that so that you do not mess yourself up in the future sense. But we'll get into that in a little bit. There are many videos out there that give all types of great tips on auditions. You know, of course, smile, you know, have energy, all those good things. But I want to come to you and give you some tips that you may not hear elsewhere, especially when it comes to the filming and editing process of it all. Keep in mind, they are not looking for editors and videographers. That's not who they're looking to hire. So don't stress about that. You're trying to become a professional cheerleader or dancer, not a videographer or editor. So don't feel like you have a whole lot of pressure when it comes to that, but you still want to make sure that you're submitting good work and submitting your best. Some of my tips may conflict with some other tips that you hear out there because there have been some tips out there that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's up to you to decide which way you want to go with those tips. But we'll get into that as well. So I've been looking online and doing some research on different NFL teams right now that are holding their auditions virtually. Some have already had their in-person auditions, so they don't have to worry about the virtual process. Some haven't decided what they're going to do yet with auditions, so there's still maybe that opportunity to audition in person. But in the event that they do decide to bring on some dates for virtual auditions, I'm here to make sure that you are prepared for that. I'm also here to make sure that you're prepared for in-person auditions, so you will be able to check out my upcoming series where I'll be talking about making the team and my tips on how to make sure that you nail the best in-person audition, and that is coming very, very soon. I also will be coming to you with some future videos on this channel that are pertaining to pro cheer and dance prep. We're going to do a glam and gab session where I'm going to show you how to do hair and makeup, as well as talk about costumes and accessories and where you can get certain accessories that you may not know where to get them. We're going to talk about my experience as an NBA dancer. All of that will be included in that video. I'm also going to post videos that are going to give you updates on anything that I hear as far as dates that these teams are posting as far as their auditions go. So in order for you to stay up to date with what I'm going to stay up to date with, I need you to subscribe to this channel right now. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, and you will get a notification anytime those videos pop up, so you will be right there and ready to go with that information. Also, please share this video with anyone that you know that this could help out as well. All right, so let's get into the tips. So when I coached at the University of Akron, something that I did, which was pre Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. I actually did hold preliminary virtual auditions for rookies that were coming in. So I am familiar with both sides. I've been on the side of actually filming auditions, and I've also been on the side of viewing those submissions to see who I want to put on my team. So I can kind of give you insight on what the do's and don'ts are as far as what judges may be looking for when they're watching your videos, what some turnoffs are that some people just may not tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. All right, so with tip number 1, follow instructions. Yes, make sure you're following the instructions. Go on the website, go directly to their cheer page, thoroughly read the audition process, read any requirements that they have, if they have any specs as far as how they want you to look, what type of costumes they want you to wear, if they want you to wear all black, or if they want you to wear a costume that you've provided for yourself, how they want your hair and your makeup done. They may not give you that advice, but there's plenty of videos, like I said, out there that are going to show you how to do that. Take full advantage of all of that. Make sure if they're telling you that they don't want cuts in your video, that you're not putting cuts in your video. Make sure if they send you a choreography link that you are following that choreography to the best of your ability, to the T. Don't do, if they tell you to do one thing, don't do something completely different. Don't make up your own dance and send in a freestyle as your choreography. They're actually giving you a video that you can actually learn the dances. So try your best, do your best to learn the choreography as closely as possible. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to do everything maybe that is in that choreography video, but they want to see that you're at least trying and attempting it. So try your best to stick with what they give you. If there are things you have questions about, if there's a move or something that you're not quite sure about, or there's a requirement that you see listed that you're unsure about, ask questions. You can reach out to anyone who is there as far as a contact on the page. You can reach out to people that you may be following on Instagram that are already a part of the team that may be able to assist you. You can reach out to other former pros out there who may be able to give you advice. Take advantage of all of the resources around you to make sure that you are giving them exactly what they want. What the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders want could be completely different than what the Baltimore Ravens cheerleaders are looking for. So you have to make sure that you're paying very close attention to those details on the website. Number 2, don't go out and purchase an expensive camera in order to film your auditions. Again, like I said, they're not looking to hire professional editors and videographers. They're looking for professional cheerleaders and dancers. So don't go out and spend a whole lot of money. You can shoot it maybe on your iPhone. If you have a camera that you can use that. If you can borrow a camera from someone that you know that has a nice camera, that's fine too. Just do the best you can with what you have. And like I said, try to borrow or rent something from someone that you may know, from a neighbor who may be able to assist, or any videographers out there that you know that may be able to help you out. But don't go out and buy expensive camera equipment. All right, and that brings me to tip number 3. If you are going to hire a videographer, or you're going to have someone record for you, which is what I would suggest, have someone record for you. All right, if you're by yourself and you don't have anyone, that's fine too. You can just set up a tripod, that's fine, but it's always good to have someone who can actually see what's going on and be able to tell you some things. If I were you, I would hold that person accountable as much as you can to pay attention to things, flyaways in your hair. Have them hold your makeup bag and your hair brushes and accessories, you know, on the side, so that if you need to touch up, you can touch up right there on set. If you're wearing a bra that has a strap, make sure that they're paying attention to your straps going loose and things like that, because obviously if you're dancing on camera, you can't see that. So they need to be able to tell you, hey, your bra strap's hanging out, or hey, I can see your tag sticking out of your shorts, or anything like that. Hold them accountable to that, and just ask them nicely to please pay attention to those things, so that you can make sure that you're, you know, utilizing your time wisely and being able to record the best video without having to do retake after retake after retake. And like I said, have them hold your makeup bag and things like that, because you may need to touch up, you're going to sweat, things like that. You may need to, you know, apply powder or anything like that to make sure that you still are looking good on camera. Which brings me to tip number 4. Make sure that you are looking your best, okay? So just because you're not going to be standing in front of the judges doesn't mean that this is not important for you to look your best on camera, all right? Pay attention to makeup tips. Now, I will say this, because I am in the film and acting world as well. Certain makeup applications don't look well on camera just as they would in person. So you have to make sure that you test out your camera, do your makeup a few times, test it out and see how it looks on camera, so that you can make sure that you look great. Just because you look good in person doesn't necessarily mean that that portrays on camera well. So with this, it's going to be a little tough and a little hard for you to try to figure that out, because now you're on camera versus being in person. But it's not that hard. Just test it out, see how it works. Practice a few ways of applying your makeup and you'll be fine. Make sure that you're not using any filters, okay? Filters, you want to look how you're going to look when they do eventually see you in person, okay? So don't use Snapchat filters or any type of filters that are on your editing software. That's not okay. Don't do that. Make sure that you look your authentic self. Make sure that your costume is flattering, whatever you're wearing. Make sure that it is good for your body. Same that you would wear in person if you were auditioning. Treat this as if you are in person, all right? The judges are going to be watching everything you do, which is another advantage because, like I said, usually you're with a group of 3 to 5 girls dancing at a time, where now you're getting that one-on-one attention. So they're going to be paying even closer attention to you and you only. So you want to make sure that you look your absolute best. All right, tip number 5, your lighting. Make sure that you have good lighting wherever you are going to be filming your audition. If you're going to film outside, make sure that you're paying attention to the time of day. Make sure you're paying attention to where the sunlight is so that you're not looking like a shadow on camera. Make sure that you're testing out every angle that you could possibly do. I'm only 4 feet 9 inches, so I'm little, okay? So I do not like, even if somebody's taking a selfie of me, like my friends when we're out and all my friends are tall and they take my picture from way up here and they're looking down here, like I look like I'm 2 feet tall, okay? So again, angles. Make sure that if you're on the shorter side that you're kind of filming more on the upside. It's kind of a trick that you could do to make yourself look a little taller. If you're tall, then you may not want to shoot from that angle because then you're going to look super long. So you want to make sure that you're just straight on. Same with your average height. Just straight on is probably the best. But if you're short and you're tiny, from up above is not a good way to go. So make sure that you're paying very close attention to that as well, okay? If you're going to be shooting indoors, make sure that you are in a good space, in a good area. Make sure again that you're utilizing your lighting, whether it be the lighting on the ceilings or if you have a lamp or something that you can kind of prop up to the side to shine a light on you. Rather than spend money on an expensive camera, get a ring light. Get one off Amazon. They're really inexpensive and they go a long way and they're really great with lighting. All right, which brings me to tip number 6, your location. Make sure that wherever you are filming is in a good location with good spacing. So if you have watched any of my dance videos on here, you see that I'm filming in a basement, which is up against like a brick or a wood wall. It's perfect. If you just have like a tan wall or a white wall that you're dancing in front of, that's great. Just make sure you have good spacing. Some people have suggested green screen. I wouldn't suggest that. Because you want to stay away from the cheesy side, like putting things on green screen, things like that. It's up to you. If you have that ability and that capability and that's something that you want to do to try to show your creativity, fine. But just not my suggestion. I would not suggest using a green screen. If you are outside and you want a green background, trees, shrubbery, that's a good background to use. Parks, which have like long fields and stuff that has wide open space where there won't be people walking in and out of your frame. All right, tip number 7 is timing. Make sure that you leave enough time to practice messing up your editing or messing up your recording. Again, you don't have to be a videographer. However, if you're not used to recording yourself, you're gonna be doing multiple takes of this. Trust me, I've probably done 50 takes of this video here, okay? So it takes a lot of work to make sure that you get the best take. So give yourself time. If you know that the video submission is due on the 8th, you don't want to wait until the 7th to start recording. Record in advance so that you can go back and you can take a look at it. You can kind of step away from it and come back and look at it, because sometimes things will look better once you step away and come back to it. Sometimes you'll come back to it and decide, that's not going to work. So definitely take advantage of your time. Use your time wisely. Make sure that you submit on time. Earlier the better. You want to make sure that you get everything you need. Like as far as some of these teams, I know that as soon as you send in your submission, they give you a window of time to send in your initial submission. As soon as you send in that submission, they send you the link to that choreography, and that choreography may not be due for another few days. Now, if you wait until the last day to send in your submission and you don't get that choreography until the day before it's due, you've only got one day to practice that choreography, where someone else may have had a whole week. So you definitely want to make sure that you are utilizing your time wisely. All right, tip number 8. Be energized, be poised, but do not be obnoxious. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, now that you are just in your own space and you don't have other people around you and you may not have that intimidation factor, don't go overboard with trying to be super funny or trying to be something that you're not. Okay, I know that, you know, some people decide that they want to be over the top, and that's fine. However, don't take it to an obnoxious level. Don't take it to a level where the judges want to turn away from your video as soon as they turn it on because you're just being a clown or trying to be somebody that you're not, or trying to be something that they're not looking for. They're not looking for that. So be energetic. Absolutely. That is absolutely a requirement. It goes without saying. One thing that you want to do is in your introductions, you want to make sure that you are showing who you are. Show your personality. If you are giving a slate, which is basically just giving your name and your information at the beginning of the video, you want to make sure that you are presenting yourself in a very eloquent manner. Okay, you're going to be an ambassador for these teams. They want to make sure that you have professionalism, so make sure that you are sticking to being professional. Okay, tip number 9, do things that you know how to do. So for example, if they ask you to submit a video of you dancing or doing particular moves, they may say something, okay, we need a video that shows you doing a triple turn. You also need to do turns in second. You also need to be able to do a calypso. You also need to be able to do axle turns across the floor, and we need you to be able to do high kicks. If you can only get your leg but so high, make sure that that's what you're putting on video. If you are able to keep doing it over and over again, and you get that one take where you get your leg up and you submit that, that's what they're going to expect you to be able to do come season. If you know that you can only do a single or a double turn, usually, but you happen to capture yourself on camera do a triple, don't submit that triple if you know that you can't nail it in person every time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Okay? All right, and my last and final tip, number 10, be patient. Okay, so again, just because you submit your video on the 1st and the last audition isn't due until the 15th, give them time to be able to review all of the submissions. Okay, so just be patient. It's going to be okay. You're going to hear back from them either way. They're not going to forget about you. Just sit back, relax, and just know that you did the best that you can. Okay, the fact that you're even taking the initiative to go out there and audition for a professional team, which could potentially have you dancing in front of thousands of fans, is tremendous, and you should be absolutely proud of yourself. I'm proud of you for trying. Everyone is proud of you for trying. Okay, and if you don't make it this time, that's perfectly fine. You'll keep trying and trying and trying again until you absolutely do, because you're going to keep paying attention to the tips out there. You're going to get all the help that you need with everything to make sure that you make that team and you follow your dreams and you reach your goals. Okay, again, stay tuned to this channel. If you're not subscribing yet, make sure you subscribe. I have so much more coming your way. We're going to talk about auditions that are coming up. I'm going to provide maybe some sidelines for you guys for free for you to learn and practice on your own. I have a video that will be released soon on 20 tips. Yes, 20 tips on how to have the best in-person audition. So those tips along with these tips are going to take you a long way in this journey. Okay, I also have a new video that will be released that's going to give you sideline dances. It's my beginner sideline class, which is going to help you to be able to follow along with choreography quickly and efficiently, and be able to switch from one thing to another very quickly and easily, so that you can practice how that's going to become you make that team and you're at boot camp and things are going so fast for you and you don't understand what's happening. This beginner sideline class is going to help you to be able to be prepared for that. So stay on the lookout for all of those things that I will be bringing to you very, very soon. And I can't wait to see you until the next video. If you're interested in any virtual feedback on your auditions, if you want to record and send something to me so that I can see how you're doing with it and give you feedback, if you want feedback on your look or things like that, I am available to do that. You can just email me at risingwithdawn1@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe here, follow on Instagram and on Facebook, and I will see you on the next video. All right, bye.